There I am. Good evening, everyone. This is Gwenda, your host for Soul and Beyond. We're on Women Thrive Media. Women Thrive. It's a really cool thought, isn't it? Women thrive. What would you like to thrive in your life? Mandy Young and Jackie Hall, good evening. You girls are first cabs off the rank this evening and very quick. Thank you. So my question to you is, women thrive. What would you like to thrive in your life? Now, don't make me have to have a look in, okay? For anyone who is new, welcome. Welcome to Soul and Beyond. It's a delight to have you with us. And for everyone that watches the replay, thank you. It's a thrill to know that you will be taking up the messages, the guidance, the insights, the magic of Soul and Beyond. Do you believe in magic? Do you believe in miracles? I do. I'm living magic and I'm a living miracle. How about you? Lisa, hi. Kat Gray, good evening and welcome. So what we're going to have a delve into tonight, I'm actually listening because there was a couple of interesting beings, shall I say, when I was preparing and getting organized, and the energy was different. And I'm going to say to you, it was an energy that was extremely powerful, and it was very much around alchemizing. And the words were the alchemist of transformation. Now, good evening, Maria, and welcome. The alchemist of transformation, Archangel Metatron, is very well known for powerful transformations. Saint Germain is known as the beautiful saint of alchemy and transformation. Oh my gosh, Melanie Cortez, hello and welcome. What a lovely surprise. So for those of you who have not sat with us for Soul and Beyond before, I have many, shall we say, certificates, bits of paper of qualifications of what I call the systemized world, which is this third dimensional world. But beyond that, I have abilities that cannot be explained by the systemized world. And I like to bring those beautiful abilities, they're gifts, magical, miraculous gifts, and bring them into a blend for you so that when I look at you, when I look into you, I'm able to talk to you on a level that fits in this world. Because if I spoke to you the way that archangels speak, the ascended masters speak, you wouldn't understand it. Has anyone experienced what they call light language? No, it sounds like gobbledygook, right? So at the level that I work at, we must be able to bring that energy through, the frequency through, into the words, the language that we use in this world. So when I bring together all of my acquired knowledge of the systemized world with my gifts, then I can translate everything through to a way that you can understand. And we never know. For new people that join us or watch the replay, be ready to go on a ride, a magical ride. Tonight we are going to talk about emotional mental healing, the spiritual connection. Now, you might be thinking, well, you're talking about the systemized world, the words are used, and emotional mental healing belongs in that world. Spiritual connection, well, that belongs in that woo-woo world, doesn't it? No, it doesn't. And here's a little segue. I don't do woo-woo. Hi, Tanya. Emotional mental healing. So let's have a look at that first. And remember, I'm going to actually visit each of you. So I'm going to have a look into your fields of energy and into your physical body and see what is going on in there. And whatever it is that Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Raphael, Saint Germain wishes to bring through for whomever they choose to zero in on, then that's how it will be, and that's the magic that will be. Hello, Wendy. Must say, Martin, I am superbly well. Thank you for joining us. So, emotional mental healing. Everybody would probably agree that, the words of the flavor of the month almost, mental health. Mental health has become the most favorite lolly in the bag. And so many things get put under that heading of mental health. If it was really looked at from a spiritual perception and spiritual connection, it would be understood that what it is an emotional short circuit. Any time that we have some kind of emotional crisis, emotional overload in our beingness, it creates blocks. It creates energetic blocks, which means that the energy that flows through you constantly, divine energy that is full of love, full of peace, and most importantly, full of healing, is meant to run through your entire being like a beautiful river flowing effortlessly. But when there is some kind of emotional turmoil, emotional overload, a crisis, then none of that energy can flow like a beautiful river. Instead, it's as if those beavers have been along and blocked and blocked and blocked in all directions. When we have ourselves in that state, we can't use our inner healing, the power we hold, to one, gain our clarity and have peace. You see, within you is a wellspring of healing energy. And available to you all around you is an infinite supply of healing energy. But when there is this emotional turmoil, crisis, upheaval, overload, then we can't reach that inner wellspring, that infinite supply of incredible magical energy. So when we're in that state, we will also go into a state of mental crisis where we cannot think straight, we cannot make decisions with ease, can't make decisions at all a lot of the time, can become a pain like headaches, migraines, sinusitis, toothaches, can't see properly. And then we go into a long term where it becomes chronic stress and an absolute lack of peace. You'll see there chronic stress and lack of peace to finding inner stillness. So when we look at our heading tonight, our topic, emotional, mental healing, the spiritual connection, from what I see and what I hear with people that present to me or that I'm listening to on podcasts and interviews, the one thing that is missing in all of them is that spiritual connection. And without the spiritual connection, you cannot find that inner wellspring of miracles, of incredible healing. When we are in a state of bliss, a little bit like, does anyone remember what it's like to fall in love? You know, the honeymoon time when you've fallen in love and you can't see anything except roses, beautiful blooming roses, and everything is whoop-de-doo. Do you remember those days? There is no blocks in the energy. There is no stagnation. Everything's flowing amazing, and it seems that the world around us is just full of wonders and joys. And then something happens. Things change. And that veil that we've been looking through, you know, the old saying, looking through rose-colored glasses, the veil kind of starts to fall apart and it diminishes until we can't see or feel that amazing sense of love. Now we step into emotional, mental turmoil. We go into a crisis. And no matter what we're looking at that was our amazing rose-colored glasses, we can't find it. We can't find that feeling. And there's only one thing, just one thing that is needed. The key to emotional, mental healing is spiritual connection. It is for you to be able to know how to be in that wellspring of incredible, miraculous energy. So I'm just going to have a look at your comments before I go forward, and I'm hearing and listening to the messages from others. Definitely not Maria. If learning that is something you'd like to do, then I would highly suggest that you request that from your angelic team and from your guides, not from anyone in this world. If you are meant to make those sounds that they call light language, it will come. I encourage you to work with your own guides, your own angelic team, and ask them if that is something that is aligned for you and something that you need. Because, you know, I'm going to say, when Archangel Raziel came through and drew all these patterns and symbols on the page in my cherished book that is for Archangel Gabriel. And when I asked, how am I supposed to read that? He said, you have no need. You have only but to look. Your soul knows. And that made me laugh, because I always say to the members in the Spiritual School of Wesh and clients, why do you ask so many questions? Your soul knows. And that is what he said. So the same thing with light language. You would want to be very, very aware of what your curiosity is with it. What purpose do you think it can serve you in your life? and let your angelic team be your leading light, pardon the pun, leading light for that. Karen McAllister, good evening. End of semester. Oh, yes. Okay, very good. You remember, Tanya? Breath of fresh air. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Rebecca Clinton. Welcome. So when we are looking at the keys for having clarity and having peace. You're welcome, Maria. Please also know that was guidance, not from me per se. Partially and mostly not. I much rather, when you ask me questions, anything to do with the archangels, with guidance, it's the same as I say to people when I channel for them. I don't get involved. It's not my place. It's not my duty to get involved, and I don't want my humanness to be involved. And I regarded your question, Maria, as something that is not for my humanness to answer. Christine, welcome. So lovely to have you here too. So our emotional reactions, let's start there. If you were to look back at yourself as a child, can you see a pattern in the way you behaved when things didn't go your way, or if you were getting into trouble? So I have 3 younger sisters. And when the youngest, the baby of the family, when she would make a noise, something like, our mum appeared out of nowhere, and whoever was closest got into trouble, usually a good hard smack. Didn't do anything to her, but she might make this noise, and whoever was there copped it. Having been thought to be the troublemaker or blamed for that when I was not doing anything to her, I would sulk. I wouldn't want to talk to my mother because she blamed me for something I didn't do, and I got a smack to go with it. So I learned very early on to withdraw myself, and I wouldn't talk. Anyone else? Some people call it sulking, but for me, it was justified behaviour, being blamed for something I didn't do. My other sisters behaved in different ways. One would cry, the other one would get angry. Now, when I look at our behaviours as we have grown through teenage years and early adulthood, and then when we've had difficulties in our relationships, I can see all of our patterns of those early behaviours playing out. The one who used to get angry, she still gets angry. And you want to look out when she is. In fact, Dad nicknamed her the angry ant because she was the smallest of all of us. And when she was angry, she was like a furious tornado. She's not much different now. So when you look at your behaviours as a child, when things weren't going right, or you were in trouble, or a friend was nasty, what was your reaction? Let's have a look. Dysfunctional, too many chiefs growing up without mothering. Is that in your house, Wendy? Christine, I'm glad you're loving it here. Thank you. Jackie would sulk too and withdraw. Very similar. Karen relates. Tanya withdraw a bit too, also slammed doors and snuck out the bedroom window. That was my other sister. Right. Good on you, Tanya. So, Tanya, do you still sneak out a bedroom window, you know, when things don't go the way you'd like them to, or don't go what you want? Maria, oh, look, I'm loving your honesty, girls. This is one of the most important things when it comes to you being able to bring the spiritual connection into your mental, emotional healing is honesty. Really owning up to how you respond, how you react, what you were like as a kid, what you're like now. These are really important. So, our biggest hugs to every one of you. That is excellent. And then looking at what you do now. And Kat Gray, I used to say I did things that I didn't do to stop the physical abuse on myself, brothers and sisters. That's a tough one, Kat Gray. Taking the blame. Being the protective barrier for others. Are you still that? Are you still a protective barrier? Do you want to save people? Or are you like me and you stand up for the underdog and you won't stop? Maria still withdraws. Michelle goes quiet. That's lucky. I didn't want to have to get a visual of that, Tanya, of you getting out the window. Wendy grew to motherhood myself as there was no mother for 3 siblings. Yeah. Thank you, Jackie. Sometimes argue, then withdraw after being punished. Yeah. You stand up for the underdogs, Wendy. Do you see how our childhood experiences, they frame us? They frame us through our emotional baggage. And especially when it's around things that we could not control as children, where we would not be heard at times. For example, for each of us that have said we got punished when it wasn't us doing something, or in Kat Gray's instance, she would take the blame even though it wasn't her. But for those of us that got punished for something we didn't do, if we tried to object, if we tried to stand up, in my case, just got punished more. And that would make me internalize my anger and go into sulking. That's what my mother would say. I was sulking. How about you? Cat Gray stands up for the other dog, but picks her battles with care. Yep, I can relate. Yes, Mandy. And now? Mandy would be very sad and cry, but she'd be angry on the inside. So how many of you have experienced angry tears? Angry tears. You're crying, but there's a burning fire of anger behind the tears. You probably still get into trouble for crying, right? Mum used to say we'd get something to cry for if we didn't stop it. Well, we already got something, but anyway, it's the way it was. Christine, that's true. Childhood memories. It frames us. Not only impacts us, it frames us for the way that we learn to respond to our external environment. And this is where we start to create a separation from our spiritual self, from our true essence. We don't have any way as children to know any different, and to know that there is this incredible magical wellspring of strength, of power, of peace, of clarity. We don't get to be in that wellspring what we get is to learn how to survive another day, how to get through another day. We grasp at ways to be happy. We grasp at ways to be seen, to be heard, usually not in the best ways. Jackie, kids were seen, not heard. Absolutely, the hose was used regularly on me. Yeah, that seemed to be, a very common trait back then, Jackie. We don't change dramatically. That's right, Wendy. And that's what I want to bring to you tonight. The more awareness you have of your current reactions. But first, you have to be able to be aware of the child within, because that child within, the child you were back then, she's still there. She or he, still there. And those learned behaviours, those patterns of emotional behaviours, they are still well and truly burning, still well and truly happening, until we decide to go, you know what, that version of me can't help me in my life now as it is. That version of me needs healing. It needs peace and love and release so that I can be in alignment with that wellspring of peace and clarity and strength and power. So for us to, Tanya ran away from home a lot because she knew she would get a beating and knew to come back after Dad had cooled down a bit. Yes, Tanya, my gosh, my heart goes out to every one of you and so much love. And I really see why tonight's topic was so very important. And when we come to the end of tonight's topic, I hope you can all feel a tremendous amount of peace and know also how to hold that child within. And I'll go through that in a moment. That's lovely, Wendy. Hurts are still hurts. Wendy, they are, until we work through healing them, releasing forgiveness. Until then the hurts are raw and the hurts remain, and those behaviours, those reactions hold us captive. They make a bondage to us where we cannot really flourish in our life. And for most people, when they have got these emotional bondages from childhood years, you can see it in their face, you can see it in their health. They will have many health issues and seemingly things that are chronic, seemingly things that they can't heal from. And that is not truth. You can heal from anything. The key is being able to move beyond what the continual ways of behavior have been in one's life. And to do that, we need to be able to become the observer and catch ourselves when we see ourselves going into a behavior that's come from our childhood years, be able to scoop that child up and say, it's okay. It's okay. Now is not then. And I've got you. I've got you. I'm stronger now. I know how to pick my battles now. I've got you. And you seriously have that conversation with yourself in a split second, so that that part of you, that version of you, is able to feel secure, is able to feel and know that what happened back then is not happening now. And you'll be amazed at how your whole body feels, how it shifts. And this takes persistence, determination to observe yourself, to become very aware. Now, we all know our own telltale signs, right? So you know right from the get-go In a split second, you know when you're going to go into that old version of yourself. So that's where you stop. And you hold that child within. And you tell them, I have you. I hold you in love. It's okay. I've got you. I'm stronger. I'm powerful now. You are with me and I hold you. And the word most importantly is I love you. Because what we took on out of those punishments was not feeling our place of worth, not feeling loved, not feeling cared about, not feeling nurtured. So what does that beautiful inner child need to hear from you? Whatever it is, that word that fits for you, that's what your inner child needs to hear. Feelings of persecution and punishment, yeah. Oh, hello, Susan, and welcome. Believed I have forgiven and released the past for those love for my dad now who's in spirit. That's lovely, Tanya. But looking at how you respond to circumstances now, can you say that there is no part of you that doesn't pull out that card of behavior or response in any way, shape, or form? Yes, Amanda, Mandy, absolutely heal from anything. 9, 10, what I do not good. So how do I get over that? Don't know what happened, why I can't remember. Susan's asked an interesting question, and really she's asking about a past time of her childhood that she can't remember, and thinks that something may have happened. It's the not knowing for me. I'm going to say this to everyone. Everything is known. Everything. From before you arrived in this world to now, everything is known. Everything is seen. That's what the Akashic records are, right? Your library of life has got everything in it. When we say we don't know, we haven't got a knowing, that is the mind at play. And it can also be a part of your higher self that in essence is protecting you and saying you have no need for this. What I want you to remember, everyone, is all things come to be known, whether it is in this world or whether it is when you sit in your library of life. So whatever it is that you don't have a knowing about now, you can pray about it. You can write a request to know. And if you don't get an answer, you're not supposed to, because it's deemed that it's not going to serve you for your highest good. And this is something to remember. Everything that you want to come to you needs to be for your highest good. If it's not of your highest good, then you are running in your mind and being led by an emotional system and a mental system that is in a place of chaos and crisis. And that is going to create a separation for you between being able to be centered in your peaceful essence, where you can draw on incredible power and strength. And when I use the word power, I'm not talking about power over others. I'm talking about the power of you being able to navigate your way through your life with more sharpness, more clarity, more peace, more harmony, more love, more abundance of everything. Maria, the hurts were so awful that at one point I thought I was not part of the family. Yeah. And my heart goes out to you, Maria. And you are reading those words, Maria, and also knowing what I know of you. You're exceptional. You have been able to rise above those adversities in the most glorious way, and your union, your divine union between your inner self and God is why. And that's the whole point of the message tonight, is you change everything when you step into having that alignment. It helps and it brings the healing. Oh, don't we ever, Tanya? Lovely love hearts. EMTR. Okay, Cat Grey. You could save yourself a lot of money there, but you do what you need to do. You do you. Overreact in a past relationship. Yeah, there you go, Tanya. It's still there, right? So when you said, Tanya, that you have you felt that you had released all of that pain and, doing very well. If there is something that is still remaining, which obviously you overreacted in a past relationship emotionally, then there is some kind of nurture, love, sense of feeling secure, wanted. I get wanted with you, Tanya. I get wanted is the word. Want to be wanted, want to be cherished. Then that's the part of you that still needs some help. Okay. Protecting me, I thought. Yeah, it does protect you in a way, Susan, for anything that, me to Tanya, for anything that isn't of your highest good, right? So what I want you all to do now is I'm going to generate some healing energy through to you. And where this energy is going to go, it is going to go into your physical body, wherever the most major block of energy is. You don't have to do anything other than plant your feet firmly on the ground. Let one hand be on your heart and the other on your stomach. Put your right hand on your heart, your left hand over your navel. I want you just to center into your breath. So take some lovely breaths. No worry about any big, deep breaths, just some lovely breaths. Just feel the flow of breath going through you. And then you're going to gently close your eyes down. I'm going to generate energy to every one of you, and it is going to go wherever it needs to go in your body. And I can see different parts of each of you where there are dense areas of trapped energy. I have a shoulder, I have a knee, I've got an ovary, I've also got a uterus showing here, a lower back, and there's also actually a pair of kidneys, back of the head. So this won't necessarily be everyone that is watching right now talking to me here, but those watching as well. Feet, trouble with toes, and also ankles, and blood that is not running properly, it's too thick. So I want you just to sit in this beautiful energy. I'm going to swirl around you a magnificent emerald green. So if you are good at visualizing or imagining, I'm going to ask you to feel a sense of a most beautiful spiral of green flowing energy. It's going to spiral around from the top of your head, all around your face, around the eyes, the ears, the jaw, around your shoulders, enveloping you all the way. And this energy is radiant. It is full of love. It's full of grace, divine grace, as it swirls around your heart region, around your chest, down over the ribs and down around the stomach. a magnificent spiral of beautiful emerald green light. The spirals all the way down around your hips, around the lower pelvic, the lower part of the spine, all the way around thighs, the knees, the calves, and down to the feet. Now, at the feet, it is going to shoot down into the earth. And as it shoots down into the earth, you are left in a beautiful cocoon of golden light. This golden light is rich in sparkles, as if you are sitting in the most amazing field of little stars. But you are in a golden egg. And running around in that golden egg are thousands and thousands of little tiny sparkling stars. And you're going to sit in that beautiful golden egg with those sparkling stars for a few breaths. I want you to see if you can feel yourself as you breathe in. You're breathing in those sparkling stars and feeling as if that beautiful golden egg is coming in close to you, and as you breathe out, it goes out. As you breathe in, it comes in and hugs you, and as you breathe out, it expands. As you breathe in, it hugs you, and as you breathe out, it expands. Sitting in that golden egg, sparkling, beautiful like diamonds and stars sparkling all around you. Gently breathes in, it comes in, and it expands as you breathe out. And now I'm going to pop that egg. Popped it, and it's completely released like a balloon popping around you. And up through your feet now comes the most magnificent violet flame of violet light. And that violet light comes up around your feet, around your calves, your knees. And this violet flame rises up through every part of you and around you and up to your head and shoots beyond your highest field of energy and connects with the divine. This violet flame of transmutation, transformation, clears everything that you will allow. Bring yourself centered in, anchored into yourself. Feel your way into your body. Sense the feelings. Move your toes. Lift your feet up and down off the floor, pushing your toes down in the floor, lifting your heels up. Push your heel down, lift your toes. Move your hands. Roll your shoulders. And bring yourself back to this moment. The key in that violet flame and that beautiful golden egg is what you are willing to let go of, what you are willing to have transformed. You will sleep the best sleep you've had for ages tonight. You will have clarity in your day and in your morning. You will find that you have a different sense of you. There is no knowing required. There is no asking required simply an acceptance. I open my heart to receive. I open my mind to receive all that is of my highest good, that guides me to all that is for me in this day and in this night. And so it is. By the grace of God, so it is. And let me know when you're back. You're very welcome, Jackie. Thanks, Michelle. Michelle's getting better and better with visualizing, imagining. Pleasure, Wendy. Lovely to have you here. Oh, that's beautiful, Tanya. Oh, I just wrap you up in the biggest hug. Thanks, Mandy. You're very welcome. Excellent. Thanks, Lisa. Oh, Michelle. Awesome. It's that chanting, hey? Changing things. That is just beautiful, ladies. You are all going to, and everyone that watches afterwards, following through, you're going to have the best day, best night. Thank you for joining me on Women Thrive TV for Soul and Beyond, and I'll look forward to seeing you all again next week at our new time of 6 p.m. Australian Western Standard Time. You're welcome, Susan and Tanya. And let's see what they wish to bring through for you next week. Oh, nice, Maria. Enjoy. And I will say, ladies, if you have some sudden tears, let them flow. It's part of the flow of energy. So God bless everyone. I look forward to seeing you next week. Thank you very much. Take good care.